oh, it's slowing down. This is a significant threat to US national security. When you see something of this capacity, you wonder why it would be needed and what they are doing. It implies a heavy payload, and a heavy payload would be either something dangerous, like a bomb. The mysterious skies over New Jersey and New York have become the epicenter of a debate that continues to grip the world. Recently, shocking footage and high-resolution images of what are being described as UFO drones surfaced online, sparking an unprecedented wave of reactions from experts, officials, and the public. Captured by a man who happened to be in the right place at the right time, these images add a new layer of intrigue to an already complex mystery. The images, which have now been widely circulated, depict objects that defy conventional understanding of drone technology. While these drones exhibit the typical hovering and maneuvering characteristics we associate with modern UAVs, they also perform movements and demonstrate capabilities that push the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Sharp right-angle turns, rapid acceleration without sound, and what appears to be a shimmering, almost translucent surface are among the features noted by both experts and amateurs alike. The man who captured these images, identified only as an amateur photographer from New Jersey, shared his story with reporters. According to his account, he was taking long-exposure shots of the city skyline when he noticed strange lights hovering in the distance. What initially appeared to be stars or distant aircraft soon revealed themselves to be something far more unusual. He described seeing multiple objects performing synchronized maneuvers at speeds that seemed impossible even for advanced drones. Acting quickly, he snapped a series of images using his high-end DSLR camera, providing the world with some of the clearest visual evidence of these unidentified drones to date. The clarity of these images has silenced many skeptics who might otherwise dismiss the event as a hoax or misidentification. Close-up shots show intricate details of the drones, including a lack of visible propulsion systems, smooth metallic surfaces, and what appear to be glowing patterns or symbols on their undersides. These details have led some to speculate that these drones are not of human origin. In the days following the release of the images, experts across various fields have weighed in on their significance. Aerospace engineers have noted that the lack of visible rotors or jet engines suggests the use of propulsion systems beyond anything currently available in the public domain. Some have theorized that the drones could be utilizing electromagnetic fields or even anti-gravity technology to achieve their remarkable performance. If true, this would represent a paradigm shift in our understanding of physics and engineering. Others have pointed to the possibility of stealth. The shimmering translucent quality of the drones in the images has led some to suggest that they may be equipped with cloaking devices or advanced materials designed to reduce their visibility. This would explain why they have been so difficult to track, even in an area as densely populated and heavily monitored as the New York metropolitan region. The military and government response to the images has been characteristically subdued. When questioned, representatives from the Federal Aviation Administration and local air traffic control agencies stated that no unusual activity had been detected in the area during the time of the sightings. The Pentagon, which has become more transparent about its investigations into unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, in recent years, has neither confirmed nor denied that the drones are being investigated. This silence has only fueled speculation that these objects may be part of a classified program or, alternatively, that their origins are unknown even to the authorities. The public reaction to the images has been overwhelming. Social media platforms have been flooded with posts analyzing every detail of the photos, with users offering theories ranging from experimental military drones to extraterrestrial visitors. Hashtags like #InUFOFO and #DroneMystery have trended globally, drawing attention from media outlets and influencers. Some users have even attempted to triangulate the locations of the sightings using landmarks visible in the images, hoping to uncover more evidence. Among those captivated by the images are seasoned UFO researchers who view this event as a watershed moment. One prominent researcher described the photos as the most compelling evidence we've seen in decades. Unlike blurry videos or anecdotal accounts, these high-resolution images provide a level of detail that allows for serious scientific analysis. Researchers are now calling for a coordinated investigation involving experts in aerospace engineering, physics, and material science. However, not everyone is convinced. Skeptics argue that the images, while impressive, could still be part of an elaborate hoax or a misinterpretation of natural phenomena. Some have suggested that the glowing patterns on the drones might be reflections or lens artifacts, while others have questioned the authenticity of the photos. Digital forensics experts are currently analyzing the images to determine whether they have been manipulated or digitally altered. Adding another layer of complexity to the story are the eyewitness accounts that continue to emerge. Residents of both New Jersey and New York have come forward with their own stories of strange lights and objects in the sky. One witness, a retired airline pilot, described seeing a formation of lights flying in perfect synchronization over the Hudson River. He emphasized that the objects moved in ways that no aircraft he's ever encountered could replicate, including instant stops and rapid changes in direction. Another witness, a college student from Brooklyn, captured a short video on her smartphone showing what appears to be one of the drones hovering over a park before disappearing in a flash of light. The video, while not as clear as the images, corroborates the photographer's account and has been added to the growing body of evidence. As the story unfolds, it's worth considering the broader implications of these sightings. If these drones are indeed part of a classified military program, their presence in such a public and heavily populated area raises questions about the purpose of their deployment. Are they being tested for urban operations, or were they simply off course? And if they are not of human origin, what does their presence signify? The potential extraterrestrial connection has reignited debates about humanity's place in the universe. Are we being observed, contacted, or even studied by an advanced civilization? The possibility is both exhilarating and unsettling. While some view the sightings as a sign of hope and a potential step toward greater understanding, others fear the implications of encountering a civilization far more advanced than our own. Interestingly, these sightings come at a time when governments around the world are taking the UFO phenomenon more seriously. In recent years, the Pentagon has declassified numerous videos showing unidentified aerial phenomena, and Congress has held hearings to discuss the national security implications. Could the New Jersey and New York sightings be connected to this broader trend of increasing transparency, or are they an entirely separate phenomenon? As we continue to explore the mystery, it's essential to approach the topic with an open mind. While the images and footage are compelling, they represent just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Further investigation is needed to determine the true nature of these drones and their purpose. In the meantime, the man who captured the images has become something of a reluctant hero in the UFO community. He has stated that he has no plans to monetize his photos or seek fame. Insisting that his only goal is to share the truth, his story serves as a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary discoveries come from ordinary people. The skies over New Jersey and New York may hold the answers to questions that have puzzled humanity for centuries. As we await further developments, one thing is clear: the mystery of the UFO drones is far from over, and the journey to uncover the truth has only just begun. The unfolding story of UFO drones spotted over New Jersey and New York continues to ripple across the world, leaving experts, eyewitnesses, and the public grappling with questions about their origins and purpose. The images captured by the photographer, a detailed high-resolution set of visuals, have become the centerpiece of ongoing discussion. But as more voices join the conversation, new layers of complexity are added to the narrative, pushing the boundaries of what we thought we understood about aerial phenomena. In the days following the release of the images, a team of independent analysts conducted a preliminary examination of the photographs using advanced forensic tools. They confirmed that the images had not been tampered with or altered in any way. This finding is significant as it eliminates one of the most common counterarguments presented by skeptics. The confirmation of the image's authenticity has fueled calls for further investigation, including the deployment of advanced radar systems and satellite imagery to monitor the region for additional sightings. But what do the images tell us? Experts have zeroed in on specific details, such as the apparent lack of seams or joints on the drone surfaces. This characteristic suggests that they may have been constructed using advanced manufacturing techniques, such as 3D printing at the molecular level. Such technology is currently in its infancy on Earth, but it raises the question: could these drones represent the handiwork of a civilization far more advanced than our own? The glowing patterns or symbols visible on the drones have also drawn significant attention. Linguists, mathematicians, and cryptographers have been brought into the fold to analyze the patterns in hopes of discerning a potential message or purpose. While no definitive conclusions have been reached, Some researchers have noted similarities between the patterns and certain geometric shapes found in crop circles, ancient art, and even molecular structures. Could these symbols be a form of communication, or are they purely functional, related to the drone's propulsion or navigation? Adding to the intrigue is the drone's ability to disappear suddenly. Witnesses have consistently reported seeing the objects vanish in a flash of light, leaving no trace behind. This has led some to speculate that the drones may be utilizing advanced cloaking technology or even interdimensional travel. The concept of interdimensional travel, while controversial, has been gaining traction in scientific circles as a potential explanation for certain UFO phenomena. If these drones are indeed capable of traversing dimensions, it would represent a breakthrough in our understanding of physics. The public fascination with the story has reached a fever pitch, with news outlets dedicating entire segments to analyzing the images and footage. Panel discussions featuring scientists, military experts, and UFO researchers have become a nightly occurrence, each offering their own interpretations and theories. One particularly compelling segment featured a retired Air Force pilot who compared the drone's maneuvers to those observed in declassified military UFO encounters. The way these objects move, it's like they are not bound by the same physical laws we are, he remarked. They accelerate instantly, stop on a dime, and change direction without losing speed. It's unlike anything we've ever seen. Meanwhile, the photographer who captured the images has become a reluctant celebrity. Despite his insistence on maintaining anonymity, his story has inspired a wave of amateur UFO hunters to take to the skies with cameras, telescopes, and drones of their own. Reports of sightings have surged in the wake of the initial incident, though many of these claims have been debunked as misidentified aircraft, weather phenomena, or hoaxes. However, a handful of new sightings have been deemed credible, further deepening the mystery. Among these new reports is a sighting from a commercial airline pilot flying into Newark Liberty International Airport. According to the pilot, a formation of 3 glowing objects passed beneath his aircraft at an altitude of approximately 10,000 feet. The objects reportedly moved in perfect unison before accelerating out of sight. The airline has confirmed that the incident was reported to air traffic control, but no radar anomalies were detected. This account, coming from a trained professional with years of experience, has added a new layer of credibility to the phenomenon. In response to the growing number of sightings, local authorities have begun collaborating with federal agencies to monitor the skies more closely. The deployment of advanced radar systems, infrared cameras, and acoustic sensors aims to capture additional data that could help identify the drones. While these efforts are still in their early stages, they represent a significant escalation in the seriousness with which the phenomenon is being treated. The scientific community has also begun to mobilize, with prominent researchers calling for a multidisciplinary approach to studying the mystery. The phenomenon has sparked intense interest among physicists, aerospace engineers, and materials scientists, who have proposed a range of hypotheses to explain the drone's capabilities. Some suggest that the objects may be exploiting principles of quantum mechanics, such as quantum entanglement or zero-point energy, to achieve their remarkable performance. Others argue that the drones could be utilizing exotic materials with properties that allow them to manipulate gravity or bend light around them. As the investigation progresses, historical parallels to other UFO incidents continue to emerge. The Hudson Valley UFO wave of the 1980s, which involved hundreds of sightings of large, silent, V-shaped craft, bears striking similarities to the current events. In both cases, the objects were observed by large numbers of people in densely populated areas, challenging conventional explanations. Could the current sightings be part of a recurring phenomenon that has been unfolding for decades or even centuries? The cultural impact of the sightings has been profound. Artists, musicians, and filmmakers have drawn inspiration from the events, creating works that explore themes of mystery, exploration, and the unknown. Social media platforms have become hubs for discussion, with users sharing theories, memes, and even poetry inspired by the drones. The story has also sparked philosophical debates about humanity's place in the universe and our readiness to confront the possibility of contact with an advanced civilization. Meanwhile, the geopolitical implications of the sightings cannot be ignored. If the drones are of terrestrial origin, their presence in such a high-profile location raises questions about their purpose and ownership. Are they part of a foreign surveillance program testing the limits of US airspace, or could they be the product of a rogue entity operating outside the bounds of international law? The possibility of a foreign connection has prompted heightened vigilance among national security agencies, which are now closely monitoring the situation. The potential extraterrestrial explanation, while more speculative, carries its own set of implications. If these drones are indeed from another world, their presence could be interpreted as an act of reconnaissance or even an attempt at communication. However, the lack of direct contact raises questions about their intent. Are they observing us from a distance, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves, or are they conducting experiments or gathering data for reasons we cannot yet comprehend? As the story continues to evolve, one thing is clear: the sightings over New Jersey and New York have captured the imagination of people around the world. They challenge our understanding of technology, physics, and the nature of reality itself. Whether these drones are the product of human ingenuity or something far more extraordinary, they represent a mystery that demands further exploration in the weeks and months to come. The search for answers will likely intensify as more data is collected and analyzed, bringing us closer to unraveling the enigma of the UFO drones. Until then, the skies over New Jersey and New York will remain a focal point of fascination and speculation, serving as a reminder of the boundless mysteries that await us in the universe. The story of the UFO drones spotted over these regions shows no signs of fading from public consciousness. As more evidence emerges, new questions arise, deepening the mystery surrounding these enigmatic objects. With growing interest from scientific communities, media outlets, and the general public, the investigation has entered a new phase. Each day brings new revelations and theories. One of the most compelling developments comes from researchers who conducted a detailed analysis of the images captured by the amateur photographer. Using advanced imaging techniques, they identified faint energy fields surrounding the drones. These fields, invisible to the naked eye, become apparent under certain wavelengths of light, suggesting that the drones may be enveloped in some form of protective or functional energy shield. This discovery has sparked intense debate among physicists, many of whom believe it could represent an entirely new application of electromagnetic or quantum field theory. The idea of energy fields has long been a staple of science fiction, but their presence in real-world phenomena could have profound implications. If these drones are utilizing energy fields, they could serve multiple purposes, such as shielding the objects from physical harm, minimizing air resistance, or even enabling their seemingly gravity-defying maneuvers. Some researchers speculate that the energy field could also act as a form of cloaking technology, explaining why the drones are difficult to detect using conventional radar systems. The revelation of these energy fields has reignited speculation about the origins of the drones. If they are of human origin, their technology represents a leap far beyond what is publicly acknowledged. This has led to renewed scrutiny of classified military projects, with some pointing to programs like the U.S. Air Force's Black Budget initiatives. These programs, known for developing cutting-edge technology in secrecy, could potentially account for the advanced capabilities of the drones. However, questions remain as to why such technology would be tested in such a public and densely populated area. On the other hand, the possibility of extraterrestrial origins continues to gain traction. Advocates of this theory argue that the technology on display is so far removed from current human capabilities that it could only come from a civilization far more advanced than our own. They point to the drone's seamless design, lack of visible propulsion, and ability to disappear as evidence supporting this hypothesis. Evidence of technologies that seemingly defy the laws of physics as we understand them continues to emerge, raising profound questions about the intentions of these visitors. Are they merely observing us, or do they have a more specific purpose? Meanwhile, the human element of the story continues to unfold. The photographer who captured the initial images has become an unwilling hero in the UFO community. Despite his efforts to remain anonymous, he has been inundated with requests for interviews, appearances, and collaborations. While he has granted a few interviews to reputable outlets, he has largely avoided the spotlight, insisting that his goal is simply to share the truth. His decision to release the images for free, rather than attempting to profit from them, has earned him widespread respect and admiration. In one rare interview, the photographer shared new details about his experience. He described the overwhelming sense of awe and curiosity he felt while watching the drones perform their maneuvers. "It was like nothing I'd ever seen before," he said. "I felt like I was witnessing something truly extraordinary, something that could change the way we see the world." His account has resonated with many, reinforcing the sense of wonder and possibility that surrounds the story. In addition to the photographer's account, new eyewitness reports continue to pour in. One particularly compelling account comes from a group of hikers in New Jersey's Ramapo Mountains. According to their testimony, they observed a formation of glowing objects moving silently across the night sky. The objects reportedly hovered for several minutes before disappearing in a flash of light, leaving the hikers both awestruck and unnerved. Their descriptions closely matched those provided by other witnesses, lending further credibility to the sightings. Another intriguing report comes from a drone enthusiast in Brooklyn who claims to have captured footage of one of the UFOs using his own drone. The footage, while not as clear as the original images, shows a small glowing object moving at incredible speeds and performing maneuvers that seem to defy physics. The enthusiast has shared his footage with experts for analysis, and initial findings suggest that the object is indeed consistent with the descriptions provided by other witnesses. As the body of evidence grows, the scientific community has begun to take a more active role in the investigation. Prominent researchers from institutions such as MIT, Caltech, and Stanford have expressed interest in studying the phenomenon, and some have already begun conducting experiments to replicate the drone's capabilities. These efforts are still in their early stages, but they represent a significant step forward in our understanding of these mysterious objects. One promising avenue of research involves the study of material science. Some experts believe that the drones may be constructed from materials with unique properties, such as superconductivity or extreme resilience. If samples of these materials could be obtained, they could provide valuable insights into the technology behind the drones. However, obtaining such samples remains a significant challenge, as the drones have thus far evaded all attempts at close-range observation or interception. In parallel with the scientific investigation, efforts to uncover potential government involvement have intensified. Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, requests have been filed with multiple agencies seeking documents related to the sightings and any potential connections to classified programs. While most of these requests have yet to yield significant results, a few have uncovered intriguing hints. For example, a recently declassified memo from the Department of Defense mentions unidentified aerial phenomena exhibiting advanced capabilities in the northeastern United States. While the memo does not specifically reference the New Jersey and New York sightings, its timing and content have raised eyebrows. The political implications of the sightings are also beginning to take shape. Several members of Congress have called for a formal investigation into the phenomenon, citing concerns about national security and public safety. These calls have been echoed by a growing number of advocacy groups who argue that the government has a responsibility to provide transparency and accountability on the issue. Some lawmakers have even suggested the formation of a special committee to study the phenomenon, though it remains unclear whether such a proposal will gain sufficient support. Meanwhile, the international community has taken notice of the events unfolding in New Jersey and New York. Reports of similar sightings in other countries, including Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia, have fueled speculation that the phenomenon may be global in scope. Some have called for the establishment of an international task force to study the issue, arguing that it transcends national boundaries and requires a coordinated response. As the investigation continues, the cultural impact of the sightings cannot be overstated. Artists, writers, and filmmakers have drawn inspiration from the events, creating works that explore themes of mystery, discovery, and the unknown. Social media platforms have become hubs for discussion and debate, with users sharing theories, memes, and even fan art inspired by the drones. The story has also sparked a wave of interest in science and technology, with many people expressing a renewed sense of curiosity and wonder about the universe. Despite the progress made in understanding the phenomenon, many questions remain unanswered. What are the drones, and where do they come from? What is their purpose, and why are they appearing now? As we continue to search for answers, the mystery of the UFO drone serves as a powerful reminder of the vastness and complexity of the universe and our enduring quest to understand it. In the end, the sightings over New Jersey and New York may prove to be a turning point in our understanding of unidentified aerial phenomena. Whether they represent an advanced human technology, an extraterrestrial presence, or something else entirely, they challenge us to think beyond the boundaries of our current knowledge and imagine new possibilities. The journey to uncover the truth is just beginning, and it promises to be one of the most fascinating and transformative endeavors of our time.